Hello, good morning and welcome. It's the 22nd of March and it's 9 o'clock. Excuse me. Um, right, we'll start with the AUD USD. And I'm sure a lot of people will be quite pleased to see this shorting this morning. And yeah, we've had a quite a large candle there on the trend line, got broke yesterday. So that confirmed the downward trend for us. It was broken at a nice steep angle. You've got the stochastic here. It's actually it's gone over the top and it's coming down, and there's a nice wide bit between the red line and the green line, which indicates acceleration. Short, excuse me. And yes, we're looking for that to continue. I've also, not only have I got a white chart, but I've actually put here short for people who don't know which way my trades are going, because part of the screen's chopped off. So we're looking for that to short for the next few days, and we'll be moving our stops down to lock profit in. AUD New Zealand, this is again short. And it has moved down quite nicely. I've moved my stop down just to sort of unlock the profit in there. It's cut through the trend line yesterday. Yeah, so you know, we're short on that. We were already short, but that's just confirmation with the trend line. Pound AUD, again long on that. Cut through the trend line. I was already in it, but there you go. It's moved nicely upwards for us. We're at the top on the stochastic here, but we're above the 50, which means that it is in long mode on the RSI. Excellent. Euro USD. I was short at this at the top. I've actually moved my stop loss down and locked that trade in, and I've now doubled up. So I've got twice as much on this as I did have. And we're just looking like we're going to break the trend line today. So we'll see what happens. Might just get knocked out and it continues up, but I really don't think so, because we have got a lot of resistance above this at this level. So cross my fingers on that one. SP 500. Well, what a day that had yesterday. A nice big short candle, and my cheeky little trend line I put on it here. It's actually continued short today. I don't know how it's going to end up later. You know, people trying to sell the stock, and there's very few buyers about. This might just crash. I don't know. It might reach a level, and then a lot of people might see it as a buying opportunity. But quite honestly, I wouldn't buy that. No, you know, it just is not a good trade long as far as I'm concerned. The commitment to traders were short. We're below the 50 on the RSI. I would not enter this trade long, but you know. Here we go. So this is Euro JPY, moved nicely down for us. It's below the mid-Bollinger Band. It's below the 50. It's at the bottom on the stochastic, and it looks like the red and the green line are coming together, which shows lack of acceleration to the south. So I'm going to take a view on that. I'm going to put my trend line in. And if it breaks the trend line, I might just get out, but that I think is going to follow through. So that's been quite exciting for us. Next chart, AUD CAD. Don't laugh too hard. It's actually shorted a little bit. Now, you know, as long as it continues going down, I'm going to stop in. But if it breaks this trend line, I'm going to come out for a loss. So yeah, I'll just have to Stuck on that one. Euro Japanese yen. I think I've already done this one. I've got it on both of my brokers. So yeah, this one very heavy at the top, light at the bottom. This has done well for me. So yeah, hanging on to that one. Euro GBP. This has come down nicely over the last few days. It's not one that I traded. It's now at the mid Bollinger Bands. It might just bounce up and down a little bit, but we'll see what happens with that. Euro US dollar. I've got to put an extra short in, and I'm just waiting for it to break this trend line. Pound USD. Wow, I am amazed at the strength in this. The CFTCs were right. It is going up. I put a trend line in. I haven't put it up too steep. Put it at a fairly shallow angle, and I just hope it should go up at least to the mid to the outer Bollinger Band. I should think, but we'll see how that goes. Silver. I put my trend line up. It is sort of faltering a little bit. It's about at recent highs. Mid Bollinger Band. I'll look Friday at the commitment of traders and see how they feel about it. I'm not rushing to get back in it, but I did like the last trade I took on it. USD CAD. I've been knocked out, but this is going up quite nicely. I'm out at the moment. I'm looking for an entry point, but I wouldn't enter it right now personally because I've got so much on. USD JPY, yes, doing quite nicely. I've got the stops down here, locked my profit in. We had the Bank of England, at the Bank of Japan even, report out the other day. This is going down nicely. I think I might just put a trend line on the RSI, and we'll just see how that goes for us. If it goes below the 30.9 and it stays there, that's sort of like bearish movement. With the 14 period RSI, if you go back about 8 or 9 periods, basically those are the big ones that influence the RSI. As it goes back further, there is less influence. So if this is heading down and it goes below the 30.9, it should continue going down. If it was going sideways and it's got sideways for the last 9 or 10 periods, and it was in this area here, it should continue going sideways. So let's see how that goes. USD Mexican peso, that's actually improved in the last hour. So we've broken the trend line here. That's, for me, is a buy signal, and I've got short up there, which I'm going to have to change. We're long this USD Mexican peso long. So sorry, where was it? Yeah, we've broken the trend line there. We've got us fairly wide on the stochastic there, pointing upwards on the RSI. Quite a nice way we've cut through that. Notice we bounced off it twice already. So I've got 3 trades on there. I've got a big one at the bottom, and hopefully that'll do well for us. Oil. Yeah, well, it's still going down. So that'll give us weakness in the Canadian dollar, which doesn't bode well for my AUD-CAD trade, but hey ho. I don't know what's going to happen with this. I'll look for the commitment and traders report on Friday. nobody that I've spoken to yet can give me a definite answer on it. So if in doubt, leave it out. Thank you. Anyway, thank you very, very much for watching, and see you all tomorrow.